One of the central themes in this week's Parsha Re'eh is the contrast between how we worship God and how other nations worship their gods. Throughout the Parsha, the Torah repeatedly emphasizes that our relationship with God must be fundamentally different. Lo ta'asun ken l'Hashem Elokechem. We are not to treat God the way that other nations treat their gods. We are commanded not to imitate their religious practices and not to worship God in the same ways they worship theirs. This distinction isn't only about belief, it is about how we express that relationship in practice. As the Parsha unfolds, it presents a clear progression of what can happen when that distinction begins to erode. It starts with a warning. Do not worship God in the manner of the surrounding nations. Their practices are described as abominations, including the horrific act of burning their children as offerings. From there, the Torah moves to the next stage, the possibility that a prophet or dreamer may arise and attempt to lead people astray, encouraging them to abandon God and follow other gods. A regular person might not be persuasive enough, but a prophet carries moral authority and is respected by the people. Their endorsement gives the deviation an air of legitimacy. But the Torah doesn't stop there. It then describes an even more intimate challenge, a close relative attempting to entice someone to turn away from God. If a prophet represents moral authority, a family member represents emotional authority, and that can be even more compelling. Finally, the progression reaches its most extreme point. An entire city that once worshipped God has now collectively embraced the worship of other gods. At first glance, these might seem like unrelated cases, just a list of examples of idol worship. But the Torah is presenting a progression, a chain reaction of what can happen when boundaries begin to blur. Something may appear small or harmless, interesting or exotic, but we don't always see the long-term repercussions or where a seemingly innocent step might lead. And when it comes to our relationship with God, these small steps matter even more. The book of Dvar is often jokingly referred to as Moshe's longest Musar Shmuz, 37 days of guidance and reflection. It is Moshe's farewell address, what he wants to leave the people with. Yes, he reviews the laws, but he is also teaching them how to be God's people. That's more than just commandments. It's about cultivating a relationship. And relationships are built and endure not through grand gestures alone, but through the small, deliberate choices that guard what is truly important. Shabbat Shalom.